Alright, and welcome back to the channel, buddy, and I hope you're doing fine this beautiful Friday. Yesterday, Crytek dropped another survey, and of course, we're gonna go through that one. Alright, I'm gonna put the link to that in the pinned comment, so in case you wanna do it yourself, hey, knock yourself out and have some fun with that. Let's get started. Okay, so we're just gonna skip this right here, Showdown 1896, Road to Hell event survey. The only thing that is important right here is you have time around, well, depending on the time zone, the 22nd or the 23rd. So you still have a couple days, just to let you know, because sometimes I have people in the comment section, they're like, oh my god, dude, I didn't know the server is already closing and I missed it. So now you're warned. Let's start this. Overall experience. Which platform do you play in Showdown? I'm playing this on PC. On a scale to 1 to 5, how enjoyable was Showdown to play for this update? Very enjoyable. Yep. I know I'm quitting Showdown for hunger. I saw the comments and everything. Not the case. I'm gonna play both. I still enjoy Hunt very much. I like it. For this update. Okay. What do you think about this update? I would say biggest enjoyment, map changes. Stronghold. Not all of them. The one that is on Lost in Delta, for example, in the northeast, is slightly annoying to push. They are my biggest plus, but also my biggest pain point, or what we could improve. But we're gonna talk about that in a bit. Right now, why do I think it's enjoyable? And the long ammo I can type adjustment. So I face now actually way less long ammo, which is sweet after they made it special ammo. The overall balancing is not 100% where it should be, but compared to other games, I have to say Showdown still has a very awesome gun balance. Then, Showdown 1896, Road to Hell event survey, Battle Pass content. How would you rate the Battle Pass rewards? The charms, I don't care. Player profile items, I don't care. Equipment animations, satisfied equipment skins. Well, the ones that are new, honestly, are nice. I'm not a huge fan of reusing skins that they already had. Like the Golden Dolch, we had already a similar one ages ago, and they just slap it now on this one. Yeah, otherwise, the Hunter skins and the skins that are new, I'm actually a huge fan. I'm super happy that we have now a Rival Mace with a new skin. So overall, I'm satisfied. I would have been very satisfied with the skins when there would not be any reused skins. That's always a little bit The Hunters, yeah, actually very satisfied. I think they look pretty good. Sure, with the mask and everything, some people don't like it, but overall, we had worse, and I think they fit the game. How do you feel about the speed of Battle Pass progression for this update? Well, very fast, but of course, I play this game for a living, so this is kind of flawed from my point of view. If you struggle with finishing any Battle Pass, do the weeklies, and this will help you a lot. I finished that ages ago, like even with the bonus points, and we still have weeks, months until the thing's over, so yeah. But I'm honestly, I should not be the target audience for that question. Overall, how would you rate the Battle Pass? Somewhere in the middle. While I do like the skins and the equipment animations and the hunters, if I'm gonna be brutally honest, the Battle Passes are kind of bloated with these titles and icons for your player profile, which doesn't really give me any meaningful value for the game. But I'm aware that some people actually enjoy this. For me personally, half of the Battle Pass is kind of, yeah, not that great. Let's keep going. Yeah, okay, that's coming right now. I was just about to say, there's one thing that I really enjoy though. Equipment, how do you feel about the new weapons from this event? The Maxim, I like it. But it's a meme, okay? But Mike, you had videos where you kill people at 50+ meters with that. Yeah, but this is, for every kill that I make at that distance, there are hundreds of clips where it's not working. And on YouTube, I put in the clips that actually work. I know, it's a little bit, I'm not displaying reality right here with YouTube, okay? But what I want to say about the Battle Pass is I'm super happy that we actually have finally a new gun. Not a new gun variant, an actually new gun. And it is the 1890 Cavalry. And it's a weapon that I like a lot. Even though it's long ammo. It's one of the few weapons where the high velocity actually makes sense. It's a single shot rifle. So it's not insanely OP. I had some really good matches with it. I like the iron sights. And maybe I'm a little bit weird right now because I like this. Maybe a tiny bit just because it's finally a new weapon. But I think the skins are nice, the gun is nice, it fits the game, nothing OP, and it actually has a role right now in the game by being a 3-slot and not a 4-slot. Yes, I know the Springfield. We could open a discussion, should this really be a 4-slot, but I just have to take the stats that we have right now. What do you think about the balance of the following weapons for the event? The cavalry, it's somewhere in the middle. I think nobody calls the cavalry OP, and the Maxim, if we're gonna be honest, it's somewhat weak, or actually very weak. It only works super close range, like less than 10 meters, and at less than 10 meters, a bow kills you, a crossbow can kill you, any shotgun will one-tap you. If you're unlucky, a very fast 2-tap from fanning or from dual wielding puts you down, so it's not even a good option for close range. It's more of a sending a message gun. I'm now a little bit afraid to click somewhat weak or very weak, because then they're like, oh yeah, the next weapon that we're gonna put to an event compound needs to be way, way, way stronger. And I don't want that. I'm actually happy that the Maxim is not super strong, because I think that would be insanely annoying. What do I do now? I think I'm just gonna put it here somewhere in the middle. And I hope that it's gonna be fine. I personally think it's here, but I don't want to do that. I don't want to give Crytek the signal, oh yeah, next time when you do a gun like the Maxim, make it really fucking strong, because the game doesn't need that. And Showdown Road to Hell Inventory, 0 downtime updates. With 2.8, what is this? 0 downtime updates. With 2.8 we introduced 0 downtime updates. The game remains available throughout, so you can continue to play games for some time before you need to update to the new version. Did you see this in-game newsfeed article about the announcement for a 0 downtime update when you played Hunt? No. I did not. Yes, after I already updated the game, the article was not localized to my language. Yes, but I did not see this article. Interesting. Oh, okay. Sure. Inventory slot rework. Ooh. It's getting spicy now. With update 2.8, we launched an inventory rework. Weapons are assigned a size from 1 to 5, as opposed to the previous small, medium, large range. By the way, I'm gonna add in future videos also the slot size of the weapons whenever I blend in the loadouts. I saw the comments that you actually want to see that, so in the future, maybe there's 1 or 2 where it's missing, but in the future we're gonna have that too. The player's default weapon capacity is 5 and can be extended to 6 with Quartermaster. Tools and consumables are no longer restricted by type. Players can freely equip any tool or consumable to any slot in any combination. Consumables are restricted to 4 instances of the same type: throwables, placeables, shots, and tarot cards. How do you feel about the following aspects of the inventory rework? Weapon balancing changes. Yo, very satisfied. This is so nice. The amount of times I ran into Mosin, short Crowning King was obnoxious. Or Crowning King Dolch and stuff like that. Crowning King Uppercut. It was just like barf. Not fun. And when you go into these deep 6-star territories, you see it everywhere, and it was just not good for the game, honestly. So there are a few things where we might need to talk about, and it makes no sense that they are, you know, the slot size that they are. For example, I'm gonna die on that hill. The Berthier being a 3-slot is bonkers and should not be the case. Okay? Then consumable limit of 4 per type. Satisfied. Yeah, we need this. Otherwise, people run like 6 or 7 or even 8 frag bombs and meme around. You can also do then like more sun cards. You can play 4 sun cards, play then them with, you know, judgment cards, and you basically have the whole match. Whole match, this insane regeneration buff. I mean, to be fair, sun card, bleed stops it, poison stops it, 1-hit kills stop it. You know what? Maybe it's not even that crazy, but for game balance, I don't think it would be good. And I can see people actually bring even more concertina bombs to barricade themselves in a lair, and I just don't want to see that. So I think having a limit is actually good. Upgrade point cost increase for Quartermaster 6 to 8. I'm satisfied with this. Finally, after years, I see a little bit more crazy loadouts, a little bit more variety. I have to admit though, that at least this is in my lobbies, so keep in mind that I'm probably biased here. a ramp up in bows and a ramp up in chain pistol fanning does not feel that great. The bow was always strong. It's a little bit of a sneaky and a little bit of a backstabby weapon. Okay. Nice, I'm leaving the picture here. I'm starting to dislike the bow. It's maybe I'm just jealous because my crossbow is 4 and the bow is 3, but hey. I think overall buffing Quartermaster, or buffing, making it more expensive to 8 points is good. If you win a match, you normally have enough points anyway, and then the price increase of 2 is not that impactful. It is impactful when you play solo, actually, because you cannot play on a Fresh Hunter Quartermaster with Necro anymore. So that kind of kills a few loadouts. And I do understand when a few people played creative loadouts and they can't do that anymore. I think some people were complaining that they can't play a Centennial with a bow anymore because that's 4 and 3, which is 7. So quick math, 7 is bigger than 6. Amazing. And I do understand that these people are like, hey man, I was not playing any meta or some crazy BS loadout. Why am I getting punished? There. Now the question is, why is the Senia a 4 slot? But sure. UI functionality within gear screen. Within gear screen. The UI still doesn't work flawlessly 100%. It's improving every patch, and then they change something, and then they change something that nobody freaking asked for, and yeah, okay, I just accepted it. One thing that I would like to see in the UI when it comes to loadouts, that finally, that please, when we have preset loadouts, can we add the traits to it too? That would be an insane quality of life in the user interface. That I just save a loadout and then slap the same traits on it. Because I almost always go with Surefoot and Necro right now. So, yeah, okay. It's okay. Sometimes I hover over items with, with my mouse, and then with R, you normally remove an object. It's not working. Sometimes the hotkeys at the bottom, they're not displayed correctly, and then you hover over the wrong thing. And it still needs work, but okay. It's only like, like 2 years old? Hey. So I'm still a little bit dissatisfied with this one. Weapon size changes. I'm overall satisfied with a few anomalies like the Betier. Even the crossbow being 4 is kind of awkward. And honestly, when you go for dual wielding, maybe it should not just be a +1. Maybe you should pay the full cost again. And stuff like the chain pistol being a 1 slot. I'm sorry, the conversion pistol 1 slot, chain pistol 1 slot 2? What? Why? I mean, the uppercut, I get it now, because they increase the damage, so it can one-tap now people that are losing a small bar. So, if somebody gets revived with Necro, you will always kill them with a body shot, which is fantastic. Exception, they have Relentless and didn't lose the bar when they died. But hey, that's very rare. And then base capacity set to 5, I think I'm satisfied with that. You can build most loadouts, you can get very creative. You can still play the big shotguns with a 2-slot weapon when you want to invest into Quartermaster. I think a lot of annoying meta loadouts are gone now, and I think that's good. I think overall it's good for the game. I'm a little bit sad about, creative loadouts that Crytek tossed under the train for that. Hey. Next, what do I ask? How much do you agree or disagree with the following statements about inventory rework? It opened up more weapon combinations. I agree with that one. It is nice. But still, please tune a few slots. I think we're 90% there. It gave weapons clear roles. I strongly agree. What's the purpose of the new 1890 cavalry rifle when you can just play a Sparks or a Henry? Yeah, I don't know. Long ammo with high velocity. Said nobody ever, but maybe. So, I think this is good. Because some weapons will be picked now over others, where before it's like, okay, why do you add this to the game? There's clearly a better option. So that is fantastic. It allowed more flexibility when selecting tools and consumables. I mean, it does allow the flexibility. I'm not really using it. I'm still using a spear because it's insane. I'm still using a medkit because I know that some of you run a lot of regeneration shots and you don't play with a medkit, but believe me, you're weird. And I acknowledge that it's valid. but you're not representing the main player base of Hunt Showdown, with all the respect, okay? And then, I don't know, I have my frag bomb, my region shot. Lots of stuff is already set in stone for me. And it's like +1, -1, like tools or consumables. And I'm not doing really crazy loadouts. Sure, man. Sometimes I play all traps and go crazy with the tools. And it's fun every now and then. But for my normal plays, not really using things. It did not significantly upset balance of tools and Complume. Yeah, I think it did not. Absolutely not. Especially since they nerfed then, for example. Oh yeah, you want to play all traps? Huh, joke's on you. We gonna remove one alert trip mine from you. Yeah. Have fun. It improved overall weapon balance. Oh, there's one more thing that I would like to say though. It's not though with the inventory rework, but I like the flare gun changes. That you only have 2 flare guns right now is awesome. I'm playing way more diffuses right now. Nice trick though. Whenever you pick a Lamette, and in the Lamette you put Star Shell, the Star Shell from the Lamette supplies the flare gun. So you can play a big shotgun with regular buckshot, then you play the Lamette. And honestly, big shotgun's got a buff with spare ammo, so you don't really need the extra shells from the Lamette. You slap Star Shell on that, and then you can again play the flare gun comfortably. So yeah, it improves overall weapon balance. Strongly agree. Its addition has made the game more healthy for the meta. I strongly agree. So maybe in a couple months I will have a different opinion here, but just not seeing Mosin Crown anymore is amazing. It's so good. You can still play long ammo Crown, but then you have to play the cavalry. So, and Quartermaster. Thank you so much. You can still play Mosin and then a short Spectre or a short Rival. It's fun. Then, what else? How do you feel about the choices available in each weapon size? Size 1 weapons. There's still a Mat in there. There's a Scottfield in there. There's a True Shot in there. There's a Pax in there. There's an Officer Brawl in there. So the options are... Actually, I'm very satisfied with this. Size 2 weapons. And it would be short shotguns, which are nice. There are other options that are good. So I'm actually happy with this. Size 3 weapons, I'm happy. Size 4 weapons... I'm not super happy because there are a few compact ammo rifles where I'm like, really? The Ranger and the Infantry and that stuff, they are 4 slots? I mean, you can always play the, what's it called? The C variant, right? With less ammo, that's a 3 slot. And the size 5 weapons, I mean, I'm very satisfied with that because just fuck Aftermath, Crown and King. Nitro and my god, I didn't play that in a long time. The the Maynard Sniper Silencer. You can still play that with a Lamette with Quartermaster, and it's a good loadout, honestly. But you cannot play these super cheesy loadouts anymore, and I'm super happy with that. What weapons do you feel don't fit the current size? Berthier. All. Now let's be a little bit more specific here. So Berthier is a long ammo rifle that has 2 ammo options, which is very strong because you can play Incendiary for instantly igniting barrels for just the open fights, but then you can go Spitzer with sniping, you can go with warbanks then. It's just crazy. Also the Berthier has lots of variants, so you can build a sniper loadout, you can play a riposte loadout, you can play whatever you want with it. You can create crazy loadouts with it. So the Berthier is meh. The crossbow, I see this 5-4. And then there are a few compact and medium ammo rifles. Being 4 is also questionable. I'm definitely missing something right now. Keep in mind that I'm not pre-watching this, so my reactions are genuine and I'm not like, cheesing the system here a little bit. This is a question I would probably have to think about a little bit more, and there's definitely weapons that I'm forgetting right now. But the really big thing is the Berthier, maybe the crossbow. I think I know why the crossbow is a 4 slot, because when it's 3, you could play 2 big ones, slap explosive ammo on it, and just do like hot swapping or quick swapping the crossbow with explosive crossbow, and that would probably be very devastating, especially when you fight at the Stronghold and there are so many red barrels that you can place, and when you're the first at the Stronghold, you almost have guaranteed high ground, and then I have to admit, when you have high ground, the explosive crossbow can be very mean. But on the other side, if I invest into Quartermaster and I go through the freaking pain to get 4 or even 2 explosive crossbow ammo, let me freaking play it. Okay, especially if you engage the first guy who has Bulwark, then you kind of auto lose, so whatever. But you can let me know in the comment section what you think is not the right slot size. I'm curious about that. How do you feel about the inventory rework overall? Tools and consumables changes. Satisfied, weapon capacity changes. Yep. I don't think I need any additional feedback. They can watch the video. Next. I actually don't know if Crytek is watching my videos, but hey. And Showdown Road to Hell event survey. Ammo changes. How do you feel about the following weapons using special long ammo instead of long ammo? Cannot be resumed. Okay. Lebel. Yes. 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 And you have to keep in mind that the Mosin Orbers also lost ammo. So I don't know, but I'm very satisfied. I played a little bit of long ammo, and I have to say I feel it. That you always need a special ammo box. They are sometimes really hard to find. And you basically need to bring an ammo box, or maybe even 2. Which, funny enough, the Sweatlots bring a crap ton of ammo boxes anyway, because they're just wallbanging with the Spitzer, and when they play Spitzer, they need special ammo crates in the first place, and it doesn't really matter for them. Sweet, but for the regular Joe, like me, and I play long ammo very often with base ammo, yeah, I do feel it. And it does make playing long ammo less attractive, which I think is good. How do you feel about the following ammo types becoming scarce? Unable to purchase, can only be found in world. Spitzer, very satisfied. Explosive, very dissatisfied. Dum-dum, satisfied. I'm sorry, I'm biased. I know, I should not click very dissatisfied, but hey. Those are my feelings. And you know, you can't choose what you like. And on top of that, explosive is already suppressed for such a long time. Instead of rotating the ammo finally, as they said, they're just making more and more scarce. Oh yeah, explosive crossbow. Bam, scarce. Mike is having fun with that. Oh, and then I'm like, hey, Tsukunu. And they wax frag charges. And the Marco with explosive ammo and levering. That's not fucking meta, but it's fun. Crytek? No fun allowed. Scarce ammo. But you said rotating. Scarce ammo. And now shut the fuck up. Yeah. What probably rubs me the wrong way in general is when they say rotating, it takes forever. And that you must play the weapon to actually get the ammo somewhat reliably. Yes, I know you can extract now the ammo crates and maybe you get lucky and you get some explosive bolts. But when you extract explosive ammo, it doesn't even have to be for the crossbow, right? It can be for the Chukunu, it can be for the lance, it can be for a long ammo rifle, like the Mako. So, really farming, not possible. What I think the game needs, and this is something that I would absolutely run, is an ammo pouch. It takes 1 slot of your tools and consumables, and whenever you find special ammo, you can put it in the pouch. Once you put something in the pouch, you cannot take it out and you cannot swap it anymore. And once you extract, it's yours. Okay? I don't wanna play for weeks only crossbow for the slim chance that I finally find explosive bolts. And when I find explosive bolts, very often I don't even run the crossbow, so I can't even pick it with me, which is insanely frustrating. And then the crossbow is a weapon that you rarely find on enemies, because otherwise it would be like, yeah, okay, if I find special ammo, I grab a weapon that is lying around and then I grab it. You don't see a lot of crossbows compared to, well, I don't know, but you don't see it very often. I find this system with the scarce ammo very frustrating, and making something scarce ammo is almost like deleting it in case of the explosive crossbow. I find a lot of dum-dum or FMJ. And I do see it though, that they adjusted how the weapons spawn in the world, because the Berthier Deadeye was almost always loaded with Spitzer. They changed that, so thank you very much. Next. And Showdown, Road to Hell event survey, cargo balloon. How much do you agree or disagree about the following statements about the cargo balloon? I understood that activating multiple gas valves inflates the balloon faster. Yeah, okay. I understood the balloon had space for one bounty token. Strongly agree. I knew I had to activate gas valves to inflate the balloon. Hello? Yes? I knew I just have to launch a balloon to receive the rewards. Yeah, makes sense. I understood the balloon had space for 4 cargo. Yeah, makes sense too. I understood I had to inflate the balloon to extract the rewards. Really? Okay. No. I mean, sure. I'm biased because I saw it before, but... There are a few things that are not 100% logical, like which token does it take when you have multiple ones. So when you interact with the token box on top of the thing at the bottom of the balloon, it should tell you which token goes in there. It does matter, because as a solo, when there is double boss token, there is the caged boss, and then maybe even Rotjaw, to extract all tokens, you need to put the boss token, the regular boss token, where there's 2 in the map, in there, into the balloon. And then extract that, and then you can pick up the rest. And then you can extract everything. The problem is you can't really pick that, and it just takes in the cage token, while you're carrying also the boss token, and that's something that you don't want. So either let us pick the token that we put in there, or be very clear which token goes in there first. Because I still don't know that. So, funny enough, not listed here, at least so far. Let's see what the rest is. How do you feel about your overall gameplay experience with the cargo balloons? I mean, I'm satisfied with how everything works. I absolutely hate how the not inflated balloon looks like. It kind of looks like somebody from Twitch chat used their crusty sock from under the bed and put it into the game. I don't know. And I like how the whole system works, and we have some crazy battles over there, and this is all good. It's a point of interest that forces PvP. Most of the time. And here is the main issue that I have right now with the event. I don't know if this will come back later, so I'm just going to talk about it right now. There is almost too much right now on the map. Am I the only person missing single bounty where the whole server went for one epic fight? The amount of times I go to the Stronghold and just extract the cage boss token and nobody shows up, okay. The amount of times that I go to a boss and everything happens at the Stronghold and not at the actual boss layer, I'm like, what is going on? So everything gets stretched thin all the time. And this is the important thing. It's the all the time. Because the Stronghold is cool, and I do understand that maybe for the first week or 2 weeks it should be on every map. But then afterwards, really? Every map? I wouldn't mind a few maps where, you know, there's just a boss. Do you think people will extract the moment there is no Stronghold because they want to play it and farm the boxes or something like that? Maybe. Again, let me know in the comment section below because I'm curious. But I think not having the Stronghold on every map and then maybe just having some brutal single bounty matches would be cool again. So I'm looking forward when the event is over and we have less points of interest, which is crazy because back in the days, I always said we need more stuff to do during the match, and it's cool, but not 100% of the time because it kind of dilutes my PvP experience. Does that make sense? Yeah. Okay. Let's keep going here. I'm gonna type this in the box, but you don't have to watch it. Stronghold. How do you feel about the following aspects of the Stronghold compound? Location of the Stronghold on a map. Depends. Depends. There are a couple where I think they are not good because they're super hard to push. Or you have absolutely no loss in there, or just from super obvious spots, so it's hard to shoot people in the Stronghold. When we go to Mammoth Gulch, I think the southwest one is not good. Because it's so high up there, and you have almost no point to look in there. Funny enough, when I say that the tent is in that little ditch in the similar location, I think it's bad because you can shoot in there from everywhere. So, you know what? I just can't be pleased, I guess. But then there's also the one Lawson Delta in the northeast that is just a bitch to push. I like the one that is in the Saal in the northwest. I think that one is good. I like the one in the southwest in Lawson. I think that one is good. So I think in the Saal I like all of them. Yeah, I like most of the locations. Inclusion of the Maxim within the Stronghold. Yeah, I like it. A variety of Stronghold designs. Yes, some are lacking a few attacking points or entry points. It's, yeah, because you shoot somebody on the wall, you headshot them, and it's almost a safe pickup for the defenders. And when you attack it, it's... The trenches are kind of death traps, you know? They look cool, but from a gameplay point of view, it feels not good to be in the trenches. So yeah, pathing within the Stronghold is also... The problem is, they're not specific which Stronghold. So if I dislike it because the one in the northeast in Lawson is garbage, then sure, but in the other one, like northwest on the Saal, I think it's epic. So I'm just gonna put it in the middle here. Inclusion of the cage boss target within the Stronghold. I like it. Cargo crates reward value. I like it. Cargo crates reward variety. I like it. Aesthetics. I like it a lot. Stronghold, not the balloon. Size of the event compound, amazing. I think it's so cool that you have like a real battlefield. Yeah, there is one thing though with the crates. Maybe I do this here first because maybe it shows up. Let's see. How was it for you or your team to do the following when playing at the Stronghold? Finding items within the Stronghold. Yeah, somewhat easy because the most important stuff you see in Darkside anyway. Defending the Stronghold. Somewhat easy to somewhat difficult. Depends on the Stronghold. This survey is lacking a little bit of... I mean, we have 1, 2, 3, 4... We have a couple locations, so maybe it would blow up or bloat the survey too much to go to these specific compounds. I'm not sure. Navigating through the Stronghold. Somewhat easy. Attacking the Stronghold. Somewhat difficult. How do you feel about your overall gameplay experience with the Stronghold? I am satisfied. Now, I'm gonna talk about this, and I hope it's not gonna show up later. Because we're talking about the balloon, and we talked about the Stronghold, and I didn't see the topic yet. I personally think the balloon should not be at the Stronghold. The balloon should be in, like, for example, Lawson Station. Having the balloon in an actual compound is better for PvP. Also, when you attack the Stronghold, and it's not super easy to push when there are like 3 people defending, they can always turn on the valve inside, and even the one outside, most of the time they can get one. And the moment the balloon lifts, the gains to fight there are kind of gone. Because the best boxes are most likely gone, token is gone. So maybe the balloon should not be at the Stronghold. It should be in one of the compounds. I could see that be way more fun. People carrying the boxes over there. The token needs to go over there. But very often the token just, yeah, okay, put it in the balloon, buy, and nobody cares about that anymore. And it's just like... Yeah, we talked about that on stream. I think putting the balloon in compounds, like for example, Lawson Station would be amazing. Port would be amazing. There's a couple locations where I think you could fight a little bit more around the balloon without having these very strong positions. Oh yeah, you're the attacker and we're the defender. And I think we're at the end here. Hunter experience, which platform, blah, blah, blah. It's Steam, how many hours? You're missing a 0, but hey. Is on Showdown the primary game that you play and follow? Haha. I mean, for now, yes. What year did you first start playing the Showdown franchise? 2018. Oh, funny. 2017 is not an option anymore. In what country do you live? Oh, Australia. Where is it? There. Done. Sweet. Nice. Yeah, that's it for today. I know these podcasts is just for a very niche audience, but whenever I don't do them, people ask about them, and then sometimes people forget about it, that there is actually a survey, so hey, why not? Don't forget to drop a like. Look at these fantastic people on this beautiful wall. Thank you for supporting me over on Patreon, and then we have more videos. Also, podcast episode for Hunt is out about the last missive. Gameplay coming soon. Gameplay Hunt coming soon. Nice. I see you next one. Until then, have a good day.